Welcome to English with Leanne. Today's idiom is a sports idiom and it is to be off base. And it's a sports idiom because it comes from sports, but we don't only use it with sports. So to be off base means to be wrong or to be mistaken. And like I said, it is a sports idiom, and you might have heard on base, off base, or talk about bases when we talk about baseball. So when you play baseball and you hit the ball, you run to first base and then second base and then third base, and then you run home to score. So if you are on base in baseball, that means you are safe. You are touching the white diamond that is the base. But if you are off base in baseball, it means that you are not touching the base and you are in a wrong position, or you're not in the right place because you're not completely safe. Now, very often you'll see that baseball players will go off base when they're going to steal a base and run when maybe they aren't supposed to, but it is allowed. So that is where this comes from, when you're wrong. So you might say, we met with a financial advisor to discuss how much of a house we could afford. We were way off base. We thought we could buy a bigger house than we really could. When I say how much house we could afford, that is how big of a house or how expensive of a house we could afford, and they were wrong. They did not have the right idea. Another example might be at work, where you tell your boss, yeah, I can get that done in a week. And then you go back a couple days later and say, hey, sorry, I was off base. I'm gonna need 2 or 3 weeks to get this whole project done. And here you're just telling them that you were mistaken or you were wrong. So when you use to be off base, this is going to be when you made a mistake or you started from a bad idea and now you know that it was a bad idea, that you were mistaken. So hopefully you aren't off base when you're using my phrasal verbs and idioms out in the world, because I'm teaching you the lesson, so hopefully you are learning the right stuff. Good luck using to be off base.